there are different aspects to it, yeah. So, like in terms of the social life, I would say Italy wins on that. Like you cannot compare the social life in Italy and Germany. The financial aspect obviously is much better here. Career prospects, opportunities, it is much better here.
So now I'm going to ask, like, how was the experience? Because since you concluded in, like, Camerino, you're going to tell us
Yeah,
Camerino, like, how was the
yeah.
experience like there, studying
Mm-hmm.
there? How was the experience like?
Oh, really nice. I really loved my experience in Camerino. I think mostly because I think it's a smaller university, so it's some sort of like a community. The professors were very nice. Um, like it was so easy to like go to professors if you need help, and like the Polytechnic, like the some sort of like the big universities, it's so hard for you to even get a hold of professors. So as a student, when you are studying, it's like somehow you're on your own.
Okay.
But in Camerino, it was like, I don't know, the university was just different and it was so communal based. You don't really feel alone. The students there as well, kind of like used to work together. We kind of used to like it was really a community, and I really loved the experience there. Even when you go to the student office, if you need help, like they are ready to help the students.
I
So it
understand.
was really nice. For me, my experience in Camerino was way better as compared to like the Polytechnic in terms of the study aspect. It was really good. I
Really?
was able to like really flourish and do better in terms of my studies there. So yeah, it
Wow.
was it was really good. I loved it there. I think our time, I would say it was really fun as well. It was really fun because it's like we knew each other. Most of the students there, we know each other. If there are any events, like most students will attend, people graduating, you are all there to support the person. Somebody has a birthday party, we all decide to have like some sort of party or something. Like we really had, I think my best time in Italy was in Camerino.
Really?
It was really
Wow.
good. Yeah.
Wow. 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 And
Yeah.
then, wow. Okay, so I want us to talk about, I know accommodation issues in Camerino is like
Mm-hmm.
an incoming student we were checking the other time. He presented like, a hotel reservation as the
Yeah.
proof of accommodation during the visa like application, and then they signal that that is not a proof of accommodation, but they want a real accommodation. So he
Wow.
emailed the international office in Camerino that, okay, how does it look
Mm-hmm.
like? A way for him to be able to find an accommodation in the place for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, the only accommodations they have there has to do with that of, the regional scholarship in
Yeah.
Camerino.
Yeah.
So like they could not help him. And like in other instances, if you have to go for private housing, those are very expensive and they could not help him. And I'm like, so
Mm.
what do the student do at this point?
I've also heard things have really changed there. Our time, I don't know, right now things have become really complicated for students, and I'm so sorry, like for the students coming in this period, like things have become so complicated. I remember like my year when I was enrolling for the masters, like that was the year when like Camerino took so many African students. Like there were just so many African students that year. And now I've heard that even gaining admission there, it's really tough. But then I think one of the biggest problem for students coming is usually proof of funds and accommodation. And usually, normally, it's like so hard to get accommodation, especially when you're not in Italy. It's
Hmm.
really hard to get like those the rooms they're actually talking about, it's like only once they've decided on the list of the students who've won the scholarship, that's when they can allocate the rooms. So,
Mm-hmm.
or unless you've applied for like a paid room. But still, at this point, they do not allocate the rooms because it's actually summertime and they usually allocate them from October going. So it's pretty hard for them to, and for the like other homes, like private homes, Italian landlords, no landlord will give you a house in a contract.
Hmm.
If you're in Italy, it's even hard. Talk less of somebody who is not even in Italy. So I don't know, it's just so tough right now, unless
Yeah,
somebody knows someone in Italy or something. Unless you know someone in Italy who can provide you this proof of accommodation.
accommodation.
Yeah. I don't know if most
Okay.
people know, but in 2016, actually during our time, the earthquake that happened in Marche region that
Mm-hmm.
year, it affected most of like those small villages in the Marche region. Camerino was one of them. So like most houses, especially like in the city center, closed. So
Um,
yeah, they kind of like had to build containers for most people to live in. So I don't know if it's still the same thing now. So it's like most houses were not really habitable by then.
and
So I'm
then
sure by now they're still like in the process of still rebuilding the city and
everything.
stuff. So it could be
Mm,
that's also another
also
major
that is the
issue.
issue. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
for accommodation. Yeah.
How was the process of applying for the Erdis Camerino scholarship?
Mm-hmm.
Though you were within Italy, but was it process a bit
Yeah.
different?
So yeah, our time. Now further they've joined like Erdis Marche, but our time it was still in Camerino. So
Mm-hmm.
the application was pretty like different from what I've gotten to hear now. So our own was mainly you needed to get that family declaration form, and
Mm-hmm.
most of the time they used to ask from your country. Sometimes they will accept the one from your embassy in Italy, but most of the time it's like they needed the one legalized by the Italian embassy in your country. So with that plus your credits, we had a website where you go and fill out the application, and then you will submit your documents towards like September during that period of the application process. So it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't complicated, but now I've heard that it's Erdis Marche, they've joined it, like Macerata, Ancona, Camerino, it's all one. And yeah, I think now they're asking even for more documents and stuff. But our time, we just needed the family declaration form and your credits if you like you're renewing your scholarship. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. They didn't ask for so many documents.
Documents. Okay.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
exactly. Yeah,
So the final question I'm going to ask on, the entire
yeah,
evening, and I'm going to ask regarding Camerino because now you're going to talk about like why you moved to Germany and the life
yeah.
there compared to Italy. But then before we talk about that, like what the student job situation, like because I have a lot of questions regarding that. So many students actually like bulk of the students that are coming in are mostly going to Camerino. They got
Really?
admissions, yes. Bulk of the
Wow.
students,
You know,
like,
that's funny because I actually did apply for like two or three people for Camerino from Kenya and they didn't get admission. I tried for like twice, like the previous year and another year, and they didn't get admission. They were like, Camerino now they're no more taking so many students, but I'm surprised they've taken so many students this period.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I had also now, like somebody was there and they're like, the number of African students has decreased drastically. Yeah, I guess maybe now that's why, because man, Camerino without Africans, it's boring. Like Africans light up that place.
So is it easy to find a student job in Camerino and what kind of student jobs?
Nah, I wouldn't say rely because I don't know if you've been to villages in Italy, yeah, you know how the Italians live. Like it's just a small village. The school is actually what is carrying the weight mostly of this small place. You can barely get anything there really. For me, like when you're there as a student, just focus on your studies
Okay.
and your scholarship. Try and maintain your scholarship because if you lose your scholarship, then you can barely get anything there. It's not like big cities where you would get something. Camerino is just a very small city. It's like a village, so you can barely get anything there really. There's barely nothing there to get. But if you
Wow.
have your scholarship, you can really study well, unless you're the type who wants to come and make money as a student. But then another thing I always tell people, the Italian studies are very demanding. Like in a semester, you'll have like 5 courses, and these courses are very, very heavy. So you kind of like have to be studying throughout. So you even barely have time to work. So if you are able to like support yourself when you're there, good. If you have the scholarship, try and study and maintain your scholarship. Otherwise, it's tough. It's tough to say you are working and studying. Like the Italian studies, it's not like the UK or the US or I don't know, it's just tough to study and work at the same time. I guess that's why they do provide a lot of scholarships because they know the studies are demanding in Italy. So, yeah, for Camerino, really, don't put your hopes on getting anything. It's just a very tiny city to like really get anything there. And it's mostly older people who are there. You know, Italian villages is mostly the old people who are there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's there's barely nothing to get
Mm.
there really. Yeah,
Okay.
unless you're getting the student jobs. For those ones, yeah, the university does offer like student part-time jobs. But yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not for like it's just a few number of like
Students.
places they live. So it's
Okay.
not everybody who can get it.
Yeah, that's
So and
true.
it's like you also have to apply for it. So
Um,
yeah, it's not everyone who gets it as well. So
okay.
yeah,
Okay. Thank you for shedding light on that because that's actually very important. So that it
yeah.
helps those that are coming. They know that you just have to study and maintain your scholarship. You know, probably get a job.
Yeah. If you lose your scholarship, it's tough. It's tough,
Very
yeah.
tough.
Unless you have like somebody financing you, if you do not have the scholarship, but it's tough if you lose your scholarship
Scholarship.
because you can barely get part-time jobs as a student. One, language is a barrier. You don't really speak the language. Two, you also want to kind of like pass your exams. So juggling studies and working is tough. So because like also the Italian systems, like you have partials in between the course, or you can decide to do like the total exam. You decide not to take it in partial, but to take the full exam. So it's up to you to see what you can. But I always tell just be ready because you will study. You will study once you get to Italy. Yeah.
Now you're living in Germany. Like,
Yeah.
can you share the experience? Why did you move to Germany?
Okay. So mainly my main reason for moving was actually because of family. So I'm married and my husband also moved here. Like we moved mainly because of opportunities as well. Like Italy was not really providing the opportunities we needed. So we thought Germany would be like a better place to move in terms of like opportunities, raising a family as well. So that was the main reason why we moved. But yeah, it's mostly because of family. The family aspect was what brought us here, and also the opportunity aspect of it.
As well. Okay.
Yeah. But my experience so for for every country there are pros and cons. No country is perfect really. But I would say like for Germany, in terms of opportunities, they are there, even for like students, because mostly students here, they like scholarships are not as much as how they are in Italy. So
Okay.
so most students here have to kind of like work and make money for themselves. So it's always easier here for students actually getting the
A
part-time
job.
jobs,
Okay.
yeah, as compared to how it is in
In
Italy.
Italy. Okay.
So yeah, job opportunities are way more here in
Germany
Germany as compared to
to
Italy.
Italy. Okay.
Yeah. So, but then I would say also in the professional aspect of things, you will still need to learn German. That's the thing. If you need to work in like German companies, you need to work in a German field, you will really need to learn the German,
German.
unless you're probably working with international companies here in Germany that don't really require you to learn the German language, then that's okay. But in most aspects, even here, you will need to learn the German language
German
as
language.
well. Yeah,
Okay. 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 So
yeah, you need.
generally, how, like, what would you say about life in Italy compared to life in Germany for
Mm,
students?
yeah. So, I mean, there are different aspects to it, yeah. So, like in terms of the social life, I would say Italy wins on that. Like you cannot compare the social life in Italy and Germany. In terms of friendliness, Italy wins. Like the amount of friendly people you will meet in Italy, so much as compared to here. The financial aspect obviously is much better here. Career prospects, opportunities, it is much better here. In terms of like food, like yeah, things like that, then Italy is better. For me, I think anytime I talk to people who've lived in Italy and have come to Germany, they always say if only there were better opportunities in Italy, I think everyone would stay in Italy. Because
Mm,
I don't know, there's just something about the living in Italy that you don't really find anywhere else in other European countries.
okay.
Even people living in the UK, they will tell you there's just something about Italy that makes it a bit different from other European countries.
Countries.
Yeah, but I think most of the thing that pushes people out, especially students who finished, that pushes most students out is mostly because of like opportunities, really.
Opportunities.
Yeah, I think that's usually the main thing that pushes most people out of Italy. Because, I mean, the living in Italy is it's cool, it's calm, it's more friendlier. Like you have a community, people are more friendly. The weather is
Better.
better. The food, all those aspects. Italy is way better.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
because like ever since I came to Germany, the food, I struggle. I struggle with the food here.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I think if there were opportunities in Italy, I think it's just hard to live there. It's
There.
hard
Okay.
to I mean move to another
To another
country.
country. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I loved it in Italy. For me, I really had a good time there.
I mean, there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I had an amazing time
Amazing
in
time
Italy.
in Italy.
Yeah,
Okay. 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 So, are
exactly.
you in now in Germany? Are you studying? Are you doing anything of that sort?
So currently I'm now doing the language course.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm currently doing the language course. I haven't still been able to like work in my field yet, but now I'm like learning the language. So I'm at level B1. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's good.
hopefully I'll do until like B2 or something and then see how my career aspects will look
Oh,
like here in terms of my language skills. Even though I've had the language that you speak in the professional field, it's very different from what you just learn outside
yeah.
or in school or something. But yeah, I'm crossing my fingers to see what goes on here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I think yeah, Germany does provide better opportunities, better prospects in terms of your career growth or something.
No.
But I think again somehow it also does depend on the cities. Because if you're kind of like in bigger cities like Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, I think it's easier finding jobs with some sort of international
Small
companies
companies,
or
yeah.
more job opportunities. But if you're in smaller cities or something, then you're kind of like more limited.
Limited, yeah.
So yeah, it would depend. Because like I've had people in Berlin say like most people there don't even really need to learn German because they're like it's like such an international city
City.
and so many international companies. So it's somehow easy getting. But the city, I mean, it's a bit smaller and the amount of like international companies are really minimal. So it really does force you to more work in the German field of things, and
Yes.
that you're forced to like really, really learn the
In the
language.
language.
Yeah. Yeah, so it would depend. Because I have a friend, again, we were together in Camerino, and he was working in Italy. Then he just got a job with, I think, an international company in Munich, and he moved and he doesn't even speak the German
German.
language. Yeah, so he's working in English. So
Wow.
really, it does depend where you're going, the company you find the jobs with. So yeah, and now I think German has opened this skilled worker visa, and so yeah, it's like they need lots of skilled workers here. So I think there are opportunities where you can move even without knowing the
The
language.
language.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So but it just depends where you're moving to
Two.
and the
Okay.
company you are working with.
What will be your final words to incoming students?
Yeah. Okay, so my advice would be I think sometimes Italy would not really provide opportunities as how some countries you just moved to would. But I think I would just say try and embrace the journey in Italy because Italy is special in its way, and I know most of the time when we are there, we always look at it in a negative way. But once you leave the country, oh God, I know everybody who's been there, they're always like, I want to go back, I want to go back. So just embrace the journey when you are there. And like when you are there, try and learn things, try and be open to things, try and be open to opportunities, try and find out information. Also while you're there, try and figure out how to do things, probably like how you can be able to find opportunities in other countries, how you can take advantage of the opportunities. For example, things like Erasmus. Like
Mhm.
most people don't realize Erasmus are usually like opening doors to like so many other things. If you're able to get opportunities like Erasmus, try and do them. Try and be an open-minded person because
Person.
Italy, I would say it will challenge you in many ways. But when you come out from there, you come out really strong. And I always say it's usually mostly like a stepping stone for many people. Most of the time, I know all my colleagues we did study together. Many have been able to move to like other countries, Canada, US, some are here in
Wow.
Germany. So yeah, it's usually like a stepping stone to bigger opportunities for
Okay.
most people. But yeah, Italian studies, I would say their quality, their high level, quality education. So even if you study there and you don't really have opportunity to be able to practice what you did study there, just know that it will be useful somewhere else or something. And Italy is mostly just like a stepping stone for you. So yeah, just take advantage of the situations, the opportunities, and just do what you can. Just do your best. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
that's what I would say.
Thank you so much. Guys, I
Yeah.
guess you guys heard what she said. You really have to take every opportunity that is thrown at you. And this place is a stepping stone to, whatever opportunity, whatever, country you want to move
Mm-hmm.
to. Just
Yeah.
focus on your studies, give it your all, and
Yeah.
then wherever you move to, you'll be able to utilize the knowledge that you gain
Exactly.
from, studying here. So this
Yeah.
was such a nice time with you. Thank you so much for coming on,
Thank you
for
for
taking the
having me.
time.
It was
This is
amazing being here. Thank you so much.
thank you too.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
okay.
Hopefully, we'll do this another time.
Another
But if
time.
people want to ask me questions, they can always find me on Instagram, also my
Yeah,
YouTube channel.
yeah.
I have like detailed videos,
Videos.
yeah, about everything there. So Ashanti and Kikuyu. That's
Okay.
my YouTube channel, and that's
Channel.
also my Instagram page.
Instagram. Okay.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so guys, throughout the video, I'm going to leave like Instagram handle and that of a YouTube channel as well. So you guys check it out. It's going to be in the video. It's going to be in the video description as well and the comments. And then when I release the
Yeah.
video, I'm going to tag her as well so that you can easily get
Yeah.
access to her
Okay.
as
That
well.
would be nice.
Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you so
Thank
much,
you.
Tess.
Thank you guys. All the best to those who are coming.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Okay. Bye.